What's up, guys? It's Brian from HASHWAREHUB. It's about 9:43 p.m. Actually, I'm sorry, 10:43 p.m. where I'm at. I'm particularly in Turks and Caicos right now, but I just made a Bitcoin video just a few minutes ago that I published on YouTube. So if you guys want to take a look at that, you can take a look at that. I apologize for not being, again, all that involved with all this downturn right now, but I've been traveling now for about 2 days, and but I have been keeping abreast of the markets whenever whenever some Wi-Fi access is available, and I should be able to at least be making some daily videos while I am in my travels from this point going forward. There may be some potentially intermittent access, but it should be pretty steady kind of going forward from here. What we're going to be going over right now is Ethereum. This is Ethereum USD. Like I said, last video was Bitcoin. I don't remember exactly where we left off last, but I imagine it was somewhere around here. And in a similar fashion, like I always mention, you really got to look at the support and resistance lines that are kind of going throughout a chart at a single particular time. And I got a lot of heat actually especially from right up about here, when I was saying that there is a very good probability of the market, in particular for Ethereum, falling off quite precipitously, and that's exactly kind of what happened here. It kind of caught up with the Bitcoin correction here, to say the least, and we kind of have this big A, B, C correction, and the C doesn't actually look like it's over just yet. I'm sorry to say if I hurt anybody's feelings, but I just kind of got to say it just the way I see it. Believe me, I'm a big holder and a big believer of Ethereum, in particular over any other currencies that are out there. So I'm also wanting to see the price obviously to go up too. So where we're at right now, it's hit quite a few of these support levels that we had drawn in, and the support levels that we had drawn in look as if we drew them in the correct places. We see the market is actually kind of adhering to them or testing them, to say the least. And right now we're looking at a price about a 653, and we are sitting on a support level. Well, actually two support levels. There's one here that we drew in. It's about 700 and change, let's call it 715. And then there's one also, this purple line that we had drawn in that comes all the way from the bottom here, that is also intersecting kind of where the market is right now. It's a 4-hour chart. And then we have another one which is even below that a little bit more, which is about 600 and let's call it 610. So yeah, the mouse is just not working all that well, so I have to apologize. Yeah, let's just call it 610. So maybe 605, somewhere around there. So you can see kind of where we drew it in. So if you want to draw it yourself, you can go right ahead and do that. So what do we want to see right now? There's a lot of sell volume that has come in particular right around this range right here, and similar to Bitcoin in that manner, where we also see a lot of sell volume that have come in, or a lot of volume that has come in. We were hoping to kind of get rid of some of that. You can see all this volume. It's actually right here. But we were hoping to kind of get rid of that, a lot of that, as of right now. So it just tells me that there's just a lot of people that are really wary of what's going on, and that does not make it a fun market, to say the least. So we have broken this previous low right here of approximately 773, and the market tried to stop there a few different times, and then it just fell right through. So what do we think is going on right now? There's a possibility that this right here is 5 waves. you know, you can kind of make the argument. I would say that possibly we have a little bit lower to run, but you know, at the same time, I could see if it were to end here, it would not necessarily be something that really breaks any of the laws or really, you know, looks anything all too odd. So, you know, at the same time, you have the QQE indicator, which is also falling off too. So that's obviously you know, in a bearish fashion. You know, where could we go from here? Really is, I guess, the is really the question, right? So let me just kind of pull this back real quick, and you know, this is where we're at right now. You know, we could come down to these levels right here, 562. After that, you know, it kind of gets low, possibly 488. I don't think we're going to get really down that low just yet. I hope really not at all, but I really don't think we're going to get down to those levels unless Bitcoin continues to really sell off hard. I do see that there are a lot of scared people out here. I happen to just log into some social media and see what's going on there, and there are just a lot of petrified people that are just, you know, just trying to sell, and we see a lot of this coming right here as we see this big precipitous, you know, fall down in prices, and that's, you know, it's almost getting to the point where it's not necessarily healthy as far as sell-offs are concerned. You know, I like to say all sell-offs are healthy, but it's almost getting to that point now where it's not necessarily healthy anymore. So, you know, right now we're at this level of QQE indicator, call it about 28. You know, where have we been before in the past? Sorry, the internet's a little slow here, so it may take some time to load up. But, you know, actually, let's pull up the daily chart real quick. So if you were to look at this, you know, the market has fallen off to about these levels and slightly lower before. I mean, it did it in these two spots right here, and it did it all throughout here. So, you know, with that said, you know, unlike Bitcoin, where Bitcoin, you know, there's only a handful or less times where the market relatively has fallen off in such a fashion as is measured by the QQE indicator. We don't see that here on Ethereum. We do see the QQE indicator has been lower before on Ethereum. So, you know, we're going to leave it there right now. You know, for us, the next support level is somewhere around this 600 level, and we're going to have to revisit it after that. So, with that said, we're going to leave it there. Let us know if you guys have any questions, and happy trading. Speak to you soon.